Every year, we can count on at least one or two indie dramas that are either feel-good hits of the year or weird, wacky films that are proof of concepts for first-time directors. And in the year 2024, we didn't have to wait that long because what Jake Johnson has done here has mostly achieved both. Self Reliance is a confident, fun little indie comedy with a wacky plot that is sure to please most audiences. Jake Johnson, as a first-time director here, plays Tommy, a man who is bored to death and is still trying to get over a breakup. On the way home from work, a random limo pulls up to Tommy. The window goes down, and wouldn't you know it, it's Andy Samberg. No, like literally, he plays himself in the movie. Samberg asks Tommy to get inside the limo. Inside, Samberg tells Tommy that he's been selected for an adventure, and that Tommy must opt in to continue this adventure. Tommy accepts the adventure, leading Andy Samberg's limo to drop Tommy off at a random warehouse. Inside the warehouse, Tommy meets two European men. These men tell Tommy that he's been selected to participate in a dark web reality TV show. The premise of the show is that hunters from around the world will try and kill Tommy, but if Tommy can survive 30 days without getting killed, he wins $1 million. Tommy is reluctant to be a part of the show until one of the European men tells Tommy of a loophole. And what's the loophole? The hunters cannot kill Tommy if Tommy is within arm's length of another person. Thus spawns Tommy's idea to spend every waking moment with someone for the next 30 days to prevent his death and win $1 million. Along the way, he meets Maddie, played by Anna Kendrick, who is also playing the game. They both decide to team up and spend every waking moment together, creating a deep bond. So I knew nothing about Self Reliance, and I came away pretty surprised. This is a pretty solid little movie. There isn't a lot of meat on the bone when it comes to its main characters, but they do enough for me to care about Tommy and Maddie. And the characters aren't really necessarily the draw of the movie anyways. The plot is. I can always forgive half-assed characters as long as the plot is entertaining enough. Or vice versa. I can forgive half-assed plots as long as the characters are well written. Obviously, I want both the plot and the characters to be strong. I'm just saying that for a movie like this, the characters don't matter too much because the plot is what's driving the film. That's not to say that Tommy and Maddie are bad characters. Not at all. They're just not that deep. Luckily, Johnson and Kendricks have some good chemistry, and anytime they're on screen together, it brings a smile to your face. The standout relationship, however, is that of Tommy and James. At some point early on, Tommy decides to hire a homeless man to shadow him wherever he goes, so that the hunters never get a chance to kill him. Their relationship draws out most of the laughs from the film as you see their bromance unfold. We get cute montages of them having the best time, and we get many scenes of them just riffing together. Their friendship was a blast to watch, and between his small role in I Think You Should Leave and this movie, the actor Biff Whiff is doing stellar comedic work, and I hope to see more of him. Jake Johnson is also doing fantastic work here. He's extremely relatable, and we feel his struggle, even from just the first few minutes of the film. Johnson plays Tommy as a grounded person, and not as a cartoon character like some comedies will do. And I'll say that Anna Kendricks gets a little sideline here. She's great in the scenes she's in, but she's actually not in it for very long. And we also get a reveal from her character later on in the film, and I feel like the film never really fully explores that reveal. So as I said earlier, the plot is the star of the film. A bunch of hunters are going to try and kill you, but they cannot kill you if you're with someone. And if you can survive 30 days, you get $1 million. It's a really cool concept that we haven't really seen before, or at least I haven't. It makes for some great tense moments. Anytime Tommy is alone, even for just like 30 seconds, a hunter shows up and tries to harm him. It's a pretty fun idea and it keeps you on your toes. What I love most about the film is that the film plays with this idea of whether or not this is all in Tommy's head. I will not spoil anything in this review, but I did enjoy that tug-of-war this movie played with me on whether or not this was all real. Another aspect I love was its themes. I love the idea that by being together, by being with someone, we can feel more comfortable. I may be reading into a little too much here, but I kind of read the film as an allegory for suicide. It's about how someone thinks of killing themselves, but instead puts themselves out there and eventually finds companionship and meaning in their lives. Like I said, maybe I'm reading into the film a little more than it wants me to, but that's what I got. In any case, I love the film's message about companionship and how it can be a cure for loneliness. And not to mention how funny and clever this movie can be. I laughed many times throughout this film, which is no easy task because I'm a tough crowd. And it's also funny just how clever it is. Like, for instance, having Andy Samberg show up to play himself and interact with Tommy is so weird and interesting that it comes off as comedic in their scenes together. Self Reliance is a great freshman film from actor Jake Johnson, and I hope he continues to make movies, and I can't wait to see what he does next. Chances are it'll probably be a drama, but we'll see. What he's done here was a blast to watch. It's an engrossing plot, has relatable and likable characters, and just an overall fun, brief watch. I definitely recommend you guys checking this one out. I think you'll dig it just as much as I did.